buenos dias, Nico. I yawned because it's actually late tonight. I'm going to be filming a video on slut-shaming. And since my audience mostly consists of LGBT members, predominantly gay men, we'll be circling around something that is prevalent in our community right now, which is Onlyfans. I'm sorry if I'm a little overdressed per usual, but I was out tonight. Anyway, I was reading a notification. Basically, I want to go over the pros, the cons, and why I feel like a lot of people are slut-shaming Onlyfans content creators. So we need to start off with being honest. They make a lot of money. Well, let me correct that. The top percentage makes a lot of money. If we actually look at the screenshots that they're posting, if those are factual, making $8,000 to $10,000 within a month, wild, blows my mind. Makes you consider, oh, maybe I should pop it open. No, but we need to remember those are the top percentages. Most content creators do not make that much. I have a few friends that have OnlyFans and they're just like, oh, it's some spending money. Oh, it's some pocket change. Not a lot of people can make that a viable career unless you have the proper marketing / image. I feel like we push this image to the forefront as a community, and only those with that image can properly succeed. Though there are people who prefer like different body types, different fetishes, the solid, standardized picture of beauty will always make them more money, since it's not like a niche, what do you call it? A niche kink. I don't think that's the proper word. But yeah, so we need to consider that going forward. I honestly believed when OnlyFans popped up in like 2017 that it was just gonna be like a fad. Like I thought, oh well, already established porn stars are just gonna go onto this platform so that they can make their custom content for their own personalized fan base rather than making an entire website or something. Because I had seen those ads before for actual websites back in the day. But it's become a full-on phenomenon. And I think we also need to realize, though we are actively pushing for the destigmatization of sex work, that is going to stay with you. A lot of people are joining OnlyFans at the moment, and they're not realizing that this is going to have a ripple effect. As someone who's worked as a go-go boy, I can personally speak on the social, what do you call it? The social stigmas that come with working in the sex industry. So it'll make dating harder. It'll make finding legitimate jobs harder. Legitimate as in more traditional full-time jobs, because a lot of people do not make all of their money solely based on OnlyFans. A lot of these people still have jobs and are still going to college. So it's not like the top percentage that can easily just make their living off of this. We also have to look at the difficulties that come with OnlyFans, because the market is currently oversaturated. Not everyone is going to subscribe to you. Not everybody is going to actually look at your content. Maybe they're going to try to find it free online. Maybe they're going to try to just watch the previews. You have to worry about these things when you're making your personal content, and it's just not controlled properly. It's not like a fail-safe, what do you call it? A foolproof system, because I see a lot of these OnlyFans videos just like online, like the full video has been uploaded online. So your content isn't necessarily safe. It is not a longevity-based career, because in any industry, especially the sex industry, you have a time limit. You have a very hard time limit of when you're going to be marketable, when you're going to be desirable, because unfortunately society puts a big emphasis on age, youth, and beauty. So if you do not fit those three categories anymore, it's gonna make things harder, especially if you're selling sex. So now that we've gotten OnlyFans out of the way, which I'm not downing, because like I said, if you're in that top percentage, bitch, you making money. You making some serious money. So I'm not really knocking anybody's struggle. I'm just saying there are things that come with that career choice that we're not actually talking about. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, we need to speak on why people feel the need to shame people who do OnlyFans, to shame people who show their bodies. So an argument that I hear a lot is, well, you have to show your body, your personality isn't that great, your face isn't that great. But if we look at it this way, okay, well, I show my body and I get my numbers. If you show your face and you get your numbers, you're still selling sex appeal. You're still selling attractiveness. Your face is a part of your body. You're still selling your body for likes and validation. So I never really understood the, oh, well, you're showing your body. Okay, well, you're putting your face on the internet so that you can get likes. Are you not? It's the same situation, except I'm showing a different part of my body. So I mean, so I feel like everybody's being dishonest when they're like, I don't do those kind of things. I don't need validation. So you're telling me if you didn't actually want validation and you didn't actually want to be elevated, you would not put your content online, especially if it is free, like a selfie. Why post a selfie if you do not want other people to see it? So it's just I don't understand why you're shaming someone for doing just a different form of what you yourself are doing. So I don't know if you've seen on my Twitter, but when people ask me about OnlyFans, I personally don't attack people. I just be like, well, that's their business. I personally wouldn't do it because I don't have a high enough sex drive. Not to mention my personality isn't really built for that. Like, dancing alone would exhaust me because I'm an introvert. I'm not used to talking. I'm not used to talking that much. And I say talking because I can't dance. So when people would come up to me, I would have full-length conversations with them. That would actually give me a lot of money. I mean, I'm not joking. Like, based on people actually just dancing and me just talking to people, I would always earn the most because people like personality. Like, people like having a full-length conversation. I mean, it's a bonus if they find you attractive, but if you have actual depth to you, people tend to like that. But we also need to look at those who do ruin it for OnlyFans members. Like, I'm defending the act. I'm not defending the actors, if that makes sense, because some people kind of need to take a slice of humble pie. And I say that because I've seen online, like, you're all just jealous, you're all just ugly, you're just mad that I don't have to go to school and I don't have to work a 9 to 5 and I make all this money and blah, 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 blah. If your fan base does not like you, honey, baby girl, you're not gonna make any future money. That is where your money comes from. So I never understood downing your fan base because one person had an opposite view of you. Like, if you have an issue with one person, you should not be attacking the entirety of your fan base like that. Like, there was this one OnlyFans actor who was on Twitter calling people broke, poor, ugly, and that he doesn't have to work and that y'all are just jealous and that I'm so this and I'm so that. Personally, he looked like one of the aliens from Men in Black to me. That was just, that personally to me, I was not really that into him. So when I came across this series of tweets, I was just like, oh, this is disgusting. This is just a horrible person. And as you quickly saw, his Twitter got reported, his Instagram got reported, his OnlyFans got retracted. It's like all of his social media got wiped out. And if you based your career off of social media, you're gonna be in some deep trouble if that just magically vanishes. So I feel like both on the onlookers and the actor side, we need to meet in the middle, just have a slice of humble pie and mind your business, because you shouldn't be shaming others for living alternatively than you. That's another thing. People really get upset when they see other people doing something that they themselves are not comfortable with doing, or that's something that they don't understand. Some people, I will give them that. Some people have to do stuff like this. Like, sex work is never just a, oh, let me do this because it looks fun. I mean, sometimes, I can't say it's never that, because some people may actually be into that kind of thing, but most people don't go into the industry thinking that. They usually have an in and out plan, or they have no other choice. Like, I know somebody personally who has to do this kind of work because he just doesn't have any more opportunities based on his past actions in life. So I've never understood shaming people for making money and trying to have a living. If they are being an ass about it, sure, I understand, like, calling them an ass, but you shouldn't shame people and shame the act of it just because one person is being rude. So, I mean, that's my view on slut shaming, at least Onlyfans shaming. I believe slut shaming is outdated in general because it's based on like old heteronormative ideals, which isn't really important both in the LGBT community and in the heterosexual community as of late. Like, they're moving away from the traditional views from what I've seen. Like, the masses are. Maybe there's like still a select conservative group, but I just don't understand it. It's their body. Let them do what they want with it. I mean, I personally took off my shirt. Sex sells. Like, people, it's intellectually dishonest to say that sex doesn't sell. Sex has been the most consistent and high-end selling industry in history. In history. So to say that it doesn't work or that they're just doing this because blah, 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 it's dishonest. It's dishonest. And you could say, well, I don't have to show my body. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You can use your brain. Let them use their body. They're still using their brain if they have a plan, if they're actually succeeding. That's another thing. I feel like people don't understand that to succeed, you have to have some grasp of what you're doing. Like, I understand even if it's just OnlyFans, you have to know what you're doing properly. You have to have good content. No one is gonna pay for like a cheap phone video of like at a weird angle with bad light. No one's gonna pay for that. If you see these people succeeding, they obviously put work into their craft. Not to mention the wear and tear on someone's body. I don't know about y'all, but body, that maybe it's because I don't do it often. Like, I rarely do it. Maybe that's why. I'd be in pain for weeks. I don't know how they'd be able to bounce back from that and just keep going and make them. That's a lot of work, mentally and physically. So let's just stop shaming people. If someone's being an ass about it, sure. Do I think it's oversaturated? Yes. Do I think it's just a fad that a lot of people will regret? Yes. Just don't shame them for it. Like, I don't understand. My thing is, if you have nothing nice to say, why not just not say anything at all? That's been my motto for life. Like, I've personally thought some things when I saw something, I'm just like, what would my opinion do? Other than make somebody feel sad. If they're not bothering you, don't bother them. The end. Jeez. And it's this clicker. I need a new clicker. It's still going.